Hey, what's up, 7 Mall Gang? Today I'm gonna tell you guys a few stories of my childhood home that I grew up at. And before I get this video started, I wanna explain that I feel like I was the last generation that grew up that was like actually outside. Like nowadays, I feel like most kids really just hang out inside and play Fortnite and stuff. And back then it wasn't really like that. Before I start telling you guys stories about the house that I lived in, I'm gonna explain that the whole neighborhood had like a bunch of kids that played outside and stuff, but the block that I lived on was like the block that was lit, I feel like, because I had my homies there and stuff, and I don't know, it was just a block that was always lit. Like no matter what time of the day you go there, and there was always something going on and stuff, and it was pretty lit. And I just want to let y'all know that real quick. The block that I lived on was like really always turned because there was this one Puerto Rican guy. I almost fell. There was this one Puerto Rican guy named Porky, which I also found out recently that he passed away. But before he passed away, he was always turned up, always had music blasting real loud. He had like this shed that had some like club speakers inside of it, and you can literally hear all the music he would play from like blocks away and stuff. There's another other guy too that he was a Colombian guy, and he used to play music really loud too at his house, and that house was like a little bit closer to the house that I lived at. But the reason why I'm saying that is because like no matter any time of the day, like there was always music like really like playing like really loud like during the day and stuff. Like as soon as the one guy I was telling you guys about named Porky would get home from work, he would go to the shed and just turn his music up, and he always used to be drinking and stuff and used to be turned up. He had a Corolla that he used to just take out. I'm pretty sure he used to be drunk as fuck when he used to do this, but he used to just take it out on the street that I lived on and stuff. We all lived on the same block, and he would just start doing burnouts and shit. And not even just with the Corolla, but I just like the Corolla. He had a 1.8 Corolla for the people that know about cars and stuff. But he even had a truck too that, bro, whenever he would get drunk, he would just start burning out and stuff. And he pretty much was just somebody that was really lit. We also had like a nice big part of the woods that this guy made a clubhouse at and stuff, and like he even made like a swing set to like swing into the water and stuff, and we used to just like go out there and barbecue and just have like a really good time. And me and my brother had four-wheelers, and this guy Porky had four-wheelers, and he had two daughters too that were lit too. I was really cool with them and stuff, and we all used to just have like a whole bunch of fun. But there was other people too, I'm gonna get to that. But I just wanted to let y'all know that because I feel like it's just something that, damn, I almost ran into a spider web. It's just something that I feel like gives a vibe of the type of neighborhood that I grew up in a little bit. It was really cool with my next door neighbor. My next door neighbor, well, I actually had two next door neighbors. Like he had a little brother, but I was cooler with the older brother and stuff. And we used to just get into like all types of things, you know, and fucking be throwing rocks at cars and stuff, and just being bad little kids and stuff. We used to fight all the time, which I'm gonna make a story time about when I used to fight like everybody in my neighborhood and stuff. And it really wasn't because of me, you know. I wasn't like out here just mad or something, like fighting people, but my brother used to just make me fight people. But I'm gonna save that for another story time. I'm gonna just start naming all the kids in the neighborhood that I was like really cool with, or at least on my block, you know, and just let y'all know like who they were and stuff. But there was my next door neighbor, his name was Michael, then the younger kid was Sebastian, and then there was people down the street that lived on the same block, but like the block was like a U, so like it pretty much had like people all around the neighborhood and stuff, but like I'm naming people that's like on the U part right now. There was there's one person named Adam, and then his older brother's name was Andrew, but he was like way older than us. We didn't really hang out with him like that. And then there was a person across the street from where they lived named Andre, which you guys met. The person that I called Grandpa Steezy in that one music video is Andre. But I'm not really cool with him no more because that boy be on some Shermy Dermy shit, you know what I'm saying? But I just had to let y'all know like exactly who used to be in the neighborhood and stuff. And and on top of that, like on the other side of the U, there was another person named Bobby, and then there was like across the street from the side of that house, there was more people there, which one of the names was Casey, and I don't really remember the other person's name too much. It was a very long time ago and stuff, but that's like all the kids of the neighborhood. Well, there actually was a other group of people that lived at this one house too, but I didn't really know their names like that, and we didn't really hang out like that, so I don't really know them like that, and I don't remember their names. But all the people that I just named were the people that like I really used to hang out with and stuff, and we used to just like do all types of kid things and stuff and be lit, you know. And my brother was like a little bit older than all of us, so he had like older friends and stuff, and they would damn, I almost fell again. They would pretty much hang out with us and stuff and pretty much get us all to fight and stuff, and they would think it's funny and stuff, but I feel like it's kind of messed up that they did that. I feel like there's like too much stuff to explain in this one video, so I'm probably gonna have to make like a part 2 one day or something. But there was another person that I forgot to mention, which was like my main homie growing up, you know, especially when I was really younger and stuff. His name was Christian, but he didn't live on my block, but he lived a block away, but he was always on my block like every single day and stuff, and we used to just be into like all types of things, bro. Really like stealing bikes and stuff. I used to steal bikes with him and stuff, and I remember one time, I'm gonna just tell y'all a quick story before I start telling all the other stories. I remember one time with this one person, Christian, I was in some apartment place looking for bikes with him and stuff, and I was also hanging out with other people from the neighborhood and stuff too, like not from the block that I was living on and stuff. And there was like a second part to my neighborhood which had like even more people that I used to hang out with too. On top of that, like there was a whole bunch of people that we used to hang out with. Like everybody used to hang out with each other and stuff. And one time at this apartment place, we saw this kid riding his bike, and my friend Christian was like, "I'm gonna take that shit back." And he ran up on the little kid and punched his helmet, and the kid like would not give his bike up and stuff, and like pretty much like he got away and stuff, and we had to leave the apartment place. And like I don't know, I just wanted to tell you guys that it was funny, like the way he punched his helmet, like I could tell like it hurt his hand and stuff, and he was like, "Ah, fuck." And then like he tried to like yank the kid off the bike and stuff, and the kid was like, "I'm not giving you my bike." And I don't know, it's just a funny memory to me. That's why I decided to tell you guys that. I'm gonna go all the way back to like when I was really young, like playing dirt days, you know what I'm saying? I used to really play with dirt, and I used to have like little toy 4-wheelers and stuff. It's crazy I remember all this stuff. I had a pit bull. I had a few pit bulls growing up, and I really love pit bulls. I just want to let y'all know that I am a pit bull lover. People say they're the meanest dogs ever, which they can be, but they're not really. If you train, it's all on how the person trains them to be, is what I'm saying. And the reason why I want to explain when I was really younger is because I feel like nowadays little kids aren't like this. Like me and my next door neighbor Michael that I was telling you guys about, we used to like climb up high as fucking trees and like build things inside trees and stuff, and like we'll take rocks up in trees and stuff and wait for a car to pass by and throw the rock at the car and then watch the people come out and be like looking around and stuff and just do all types of things like that as we were like really young, like probably like I don't even know, probably like 5, 6. Michael was a little bit older than me though. I don't remember how many years he was older than me from, but he was definitely a little bit older than me. And then there was Grandpa Steezy Andre too that used to be out on the block. You know, we even had like a little moment where I had a trampoline and then one of my other friends had a trampoline too. And we used to just like, sometimes we would go to my house and jump on my trampoline, and other times we would go to that person's house and jump on that person's trampoline, which his name was Jacob. There's just a whole bunch of people. I didn't add that person or mention him because like there's so much people that we knew growing up and stuff, and I feel like it's really not like that. That's why I wanted to make this video. It's like nowadays it's really not like that. Well, I don't really know because I'm not like out here in the streets playing with little kids and stuff, but I just noticed from when I was younger, there's like no kids out in the streets, like in neighborhoods and stuff. Like I remember when I was younger, like coming home from like somewhere, I would just see like all my friends like waiting on me and stuff, like damn, Roy finally got home, you know. And like even like not even on my block and stuff, like when I would get home, like coming into the neighborhood, I would see other kids, groups of kids like outside, like actually outside. Now you don't really see stuff like that no more. And I think it's kind of weird because Fortnite is really taking over people's minds and stuff. The person that I started BMXing with his name was Adam, and his parents were like really into biking and stuff, like racing road bikes and stuff. I'm pretty sure his dad was like for a while, his dad was like one of the fastest people in the area that I'm from and stuff. And they had like BMX bikes and stuff, and Adam's older brother Andrew, the person that I was telling you guys about that we didn't really hang out with, like he used to BMX, like freestyle BMX and stuff, and he used to ride with people and stuff in the neighborhood that were older and stuff, and I didn't really know them like that because I was a younger kid. Like I'm pretty sure that they were like in high school by the time I was probably like in like 5th grade or something, or maybe 4th grade or something like that. But I remember one time I seen those people, like not those people, but the people that Andrew used to ride with, I seen one of them do a bar spin over a speed bump. And like this was way before I knew about BMXing and stuff, and I never knew what it was called or anything like that, but I seen that and I was just like, what the hell, bro, that's crazy. And like I always knew that like I liked riding bikes and stuff. I used to like catwalk bikes and stuff, and I used to just always be into racing people and stuff, and like I just always loved biking and stuff. And even before I moved to this block that I moved to, I used to live like somewhere else in this same neighborhood, and this is when I was really young. I got my first bike and I was probably like 4 or something. Like I barely even remember this, but I remember getting my first bike and taking the training wheels off of it and learning how to ride it inside of a patio that I had at the old house that I was at. And on top of that, I remember like waking up really early and just going and grabbing my bike and just riding around like the streets and stuff, which I was probably way too young to be doing that, but I'm pretty sure I used to wake up like before my mom would even wake up, and I would just go outside and stuff. Like I was telling you guys in some of the other videos, like I really was out here. Like my mom kind of, she was in my life like a lot of my life and stuff, but I really used to just do whatever I wanted, kind of. Like, I would get in trouble, but I would still do the same thing over and over again. Like, I didn't really care because my mom wouldn't really punish me like that. Like, she would hit me, but she wouldn't punish me. She would like hit me and like allow me to go outside the very next day type deal. Like, she would never ground me. And I feel like maybe that's why I never really learned my lesson that way. But I just want to let y'all know that, because I'm sure you guys probably wonder, how did I start riding and stuff, and like how I got into riding bikes in a neighborhood like this. But it's really from just liking riding bikes and stuff. And I found out, I'm pretty sure I made a video on this. I found out how to do BMX tricks from a Tony Hawk game, and that ever since that I just been like hooked to riding bikes and skateboarding. And well, not so much skateboarding, because skateboarding, I just don't like skateboarding because you can just fall for no reason, like just skating down the street and hit a little stick or pebble or acorn and you can flip just because of that. And that's why I don't really like skateboarding too much. But that's how I started riding and stuff. And then when I started riding too, the person that, his name was Adam, already had BMX bikes and stuff, because his parents, like, bro, they just had a whole bunch of bikes and stuff, and they were like blessed, bro. But they pretty much, or Adam pretty much just started riding with me and stuff. One day, like after I played that Tony Hawk game, I asked Adam, let me ride a BMX bike, because I thought like a BMX bike would give me like superpowers and stuff. Like, you know, that little kid stuff there, like you feel like when you put a certain pair of shoes on, you feel like you could run faster and stuff. It was the same way with the bike, you know. And I know Adam had like way better bikes than the bike that I had. I had some type of Walmart bike or something, and he let me try a 180 on his bike. And like first try, I did the full rotation of a 180. And then for a while, I couldn't figure out. And then I ended up buying a Haro off of Adam. That was like one of his BMX bikes, and he sold it to me for like $50 or something. And that same bike that he sold to me, I learned how to 180 with. And after I learned how to 180, it was a wrap. I was addicted to riding. But this is like just something I wanted to add in there, you know, because it's like them childhood memories that's just super lit, you know. And I still ride to this day, which I think is hella lit, because that was a long time ago. Like, I was probably like 12 years old at that time, and that was just a long time ago and stuff. And I still love biking like the same. Like, biking is just fun. Like, I feel like for everybody out there, like, you should find something that you have really fun doing, you know, because it just gives you like a certain type of peace of mind of doing it, you know, especially with all the things that come with life when you grow up and you start to actually have to like deal with life things and stuff. I feel like if you have something like how I have riding bikes, it definitely helps out with, you know, feeling okay and stuff. And I just want to add that in there, because I know that a lot of people don't have anything like that, and they're out here feeling miserable because of that and stuff. But back to the topic. Hey, my house was like a turned up house too. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the story. My house was one of them houses that always had music blasting really loud, and my mom used to throw parties that were like so big that there would be, you don't even see this no more. Well, I haven't seen it in a very long time. There would be cars parked down the whole street of people that came to the party and stuff. Like, cars would be parked in the driveway too, like all through the whole driveway and stuff, parked sideways, this and that. And nowadays, like, I have not seen that in a long time, bro. Like, I feel like, I don't know what it is, bro. Like, times have just really changed, I feel like. Oh, and I had an aunt too that lived on the other side of the circle that I lived on, and she used to throw the same type of parties, bro. And bro, we used to just be turned up. I remember seeing everybody just happy and stuff. My house was another, like, this house was like a house where, like, you would just, there'd be people there would be people drinking in front of the house. Cause I had a stepdad, and bro, he was an alcoholic, bro, straight up alcoholic. Like he'd drink a 12-pack by himself, like every day of the week type deal. And bro, he had friends that would drink with him and stuff. And bro, they would just be outside in the front of the house, just like straight yelling at each other. Sometimes they would fight each other. Sometimes the cops would come over. Then on top of that, my brother used to sell from this house too when I was younger. And he had the room, he had like a side room of this house, and my mom allowed us, or allowed him, not us, because I was too young at the time, but my mom allowed him to smoke inside the house. And bro, there would be like, I would be inside the room. I was really young too, like I shouldn't have even been in that room, bro, but I would be inside the room playing Xbox. Like this was so long ago that I was playing Xbox One, bro. Like this is how you know it was a long time ago, bro. But bro, the room would be hotboxed and stuff, and there would be like groups of people inside this room, and we would just be like, well, they would be turned up and stuff, and like laughing and stuff, and it was just a good time, you know. I just wanted to say that and stuff. And on top of that, like for some reason, the Colombian guy that I was telling you guys about that like was always turned up and stuff, he didn't like my brother for some reason. Oh, I remember why now too. It's because one time we were young, bro. We had like the whole neighborhood do this shit too. There was a party at my house, and my uncle was there, and he had like an old school expedition. Well, at the time it was new, but now it's old school. But it was clean, bro. It was, you know what I'm saying, it was a decent little truck. And bro, we somehow my brother got the keys to the truck, and he got the keys without my uncle noticing. And bro, he got like, bro, I don't remember what we were doing, but he got like everybody to get inside the car with him, and we stole the car. I'm pretty sure this was before my brother even had his license. Like my brother's probably like 15 when he did this shit, which is funny as fuck. But we all got in the car. I remember my next door neighbor and his little brother was inside the car, and then the person that I started BMXing with named Adam was inside the car, and I was inside the car. My little cousin was inside the car, and or not my little cousin, he's actually older than me, but my cousin was inside the car, which the person that my cousin was like, his dad was the owner of the car, but he still got in the car and he didn't say nothing to his dad and stuff. And I'm pretty sure there was more people, like the girl, I mean not the girl, the Porky's daughters was inside the cars too, I think. I don't really remember though, because this was so long ago. But we took off inside the car, and my brother was hauling ass inside the car and stuff. And remember, I told you guys that my block was like a U, and bro, we took off and we headed straight towards the U of the block, and we turned the corner so fast. And on top of this, there was so many kids inside the car that I sat all the way in the back, like of the like trunk pad of the car. And I remember everybody in the car, like when we hit the turn, the car felt like it was on two wheels. And I'm pretty sure that it was on two wheels, because like literally everybody in the car like smacked the side of the car and shit. And then we kept driving, and then we hit the other turn and it did the same thing again. Bro, we were hauling ass in that truck, like in the neighborhood where you shouldn't be hauling ass like that. There was probably little kids out and stuff, but this was late at night and stuff. And they used to just, my parents, and like whenever there was a party and stuff, they used to just let us play outside in the front at night and stuff, because there was always like, there would be people in the back and people in the front and stuff. I'm telling you guys, bro, the house that I lived at was like, it was pretty turned. And they didn't really care if we played outside and stuff. And we came out to the main street of this block, and then we turned back into where my house was at. But when we turned to that block, the Colombian guy's house was the corner house of the block and stuff. and his mailbox was made out of like concrete and stuff. And when we turned in, we were going so fast that, well, I forgot to tell you guys, there was a speed bump before that, and we jumped the speed bump, and then we turned into the neighborhood. But when we turned into that neighborhood, I mean, not the neighborhood, but when we turned into the block, we ran straight into the Colombian guy's mailbox, and like took like, let's say the mailbox was like this big. After we ran into it, it went from like that big to like there was like a big gap, but his mailbox was like still standing right here. I'm pretty sure that his mailbox might still look like that. I can probably record it one day if I go to his, like, by that house again and stuff. And I think it'll be funny to show you guys, because like, bro, his mailbox went from like this to this. But ever since that, he didn't really like my brother because of that. I don't even know how he figured that out, because like after we hit it, we reversed, and we went and parked the car back where it was parked and stuff, and we wiped it up real quick, made sure that nothing was messed up, which I don't know how the truck didn't get messed up or scratched up or anything like that, but it didn't somehow. And it had like a chrome grill and all and stuff, which I felt like the way we hit that mailbox, like it should have like at least put like a little dent in it or something, but it didn't. And we parked the car and stuff, and somehow the Colombian guy found that out and stuff, but I don't know how he did. But ever since that, when my brother started like selling weed and stuff, he would just always call the cops and stuff, and like send the cops to our house. And I was telling you guys in that one behind the scenes video of cops coming to my house and knocking on the door, and everybody just like would get real quiet, and some of us would hide on the floor and just like lay down and wait for the cops to leave and stuff. It's because of the Colombian guy. He always used to call the cops on us for some reason. I don't know why, or maybe I could feel why he called the cops, but like I feel like a mailbox isn't really that serious. Like, you're trying to mess the kid's record up by calling the cops on him and telling him that they're over here trapping out this house and stuff. But that's just a little story I wanted to tell you guys because I thought it was funny, bro. Another thing that I forgot to say that I feel like gives a vibe, and I feel like the wind's probably gonna be blowing too hard right now. Another thing that I had to say about this neighborhood that I feel like gives it a vibe was there was loose dogs everywhere in the neighborhood. Like one time when I was like 9 years old, I got chased by a pit bull. That, like, I'm pretty sure if that pit bull would have caught me, it would have definitely probably messed me up pretty bad. Probably even killed me. Who knows? At that age, like, who knows? But I remember I saw a pit bull and I stopped and I looked at it, and it looked at me, and you can just tell when a dog is gonna do something. Like, it just stopped and then it just got low like this, and I was like, oh man. And as soon as the dog started getting low, I just turned and I hauled ass straight to a fence that ended up by a creek and stuff in the neighborhood, and I hopped the fence. And when I hopped the fence, bro, like literally as soon as I like got over, the dog hit the fence, and I heard him, like, you know when a dog is like about to attack something, like they do that like growl, like that like growl. And I mean, that probably didn't really sound like it, but like right when I hopped the fence, the dog did that, and then I heard it hit the fence and stuff. And bro, I just feel like if that dog would have caught me, I would have been fucked up, bro, for real. Good thing I learned how to hop fences and stuff, man. I was out of there. I run pretty fast too. I'm sure at that age I was scared of shit, so I know I hauled ass, bro. Another thing too I want to say is, like, the older people in this neighborhood, pretty sure they used to rep the gang that was in this neighborhood, which is the gang of the neighborhood was called TC. And I remember when I was younger, I would go to the park and there would be groups of people all fighting and stuff. And then when the cops would come, everybody would run to the woods and stuff. But they would fight against other sides. I'm sure you guys know what gangs are like, bro. They would fight against this other area called West Tampa and stuff, and like that used to happen like every once in a while. But as we got older and stuff, like that stuff just like kind of like became to not matter and stuff, which like I haven't seen gangs fight in a while and stuff. And I remember I even seen people like pull out guns and stuff and all types of crazy shit. I remember one time too, one of my brother's friend had a gun. We were all at the park and the cops pull up. We all hauled ass into the woods. I don't even know why I hauled ass. I was a little kid, like they wouldn't even done anything to me. But all hauled ass into the woods, and then waited a while, and then after that, wherever my brother's friend dropped his gun, he lost it because he couldn't find it. And we were like, after we ran into the woods and came back, we were looking for the gun for like hours and we couldn't find it and stuff. When I was younger, my brother was really into riding dirt bikes and stuff, and a lot of people in this neighborhood too had dirt bikes and four-wheelers and stuff. And I remember one time my brother bought his girl an 85. This is when I was a little bit older. I was probably like 13 or 14, or maybe, yeah, like 13 or 14 I would say, or maybe like 12. Probably not 12 because I feel like that was too early on. So like 13 or 14. And my brother bought his girl a CR 85 or something like that, or 80 or something. And I was riding it around the neighborhood, and I saw a cop. And I just started hauling ass, bro, and the cop started coming for me, and I just hauled ass into the woods, and I had to ditch the fucking dirt bike like somewhere so ducked off where like we had to come back after that. Like, bro, after I hauled ass from the cop, people followed me into the woods and stuff, and then we had people going in and out the woods to see if the cop left, because the cops they were sitting at the front of the woods and stuff, and I had to like wait for them to leave and stuff so they didn't see me and stuff. And bro, something about getting chased by cops is just like it's a really scary feeling, but it's like kind of fun too. But at the same time, it's like, damn, if I get caught, fuck type shit, you know. And that, I feel like that's what makes it feel that way. But while it was happening, I wasn't enjoying it, but then after it all happened, I was laughing and stuff. Is like what I'm trying to explain. Like it's not really that fun though while it's happening and stuff. And I remember, bro, we had to come back later on at night. We had to ditch the dirt bike pretty much and come back later on at night into the woods and pick the dirt bike up and take it home, because the cops like did not want to leave. They like literally waited for us to get out the woods, and we never took the dirt bike out the woods. And the woods has like all types of entrances where you can literally enter the woods. At the time, you could enter the woods and then end up in the second part of the neighborhood if you really needed to, you know. And at the time we like really needed to do that, so we ended up doing some bootleg shit to get out of that situation. But I just wanted to add that in there because I thought it was pretty funny, because I was like literally like 13 or 14 hauling ass on a dirt bike from the cops. I remember it was a two-stroke too, so the power band was hitting and shit, it was lifting up and shit. I was hauling ass for real. Like I was scared as fuck, and I got away and stuff. It's a good memory to put in here. I feel like, you know, when I was younger, the neighborhood was wild, bro. Like I remember some days I would wake up to go to school and there would be cars on bricks with the rims gone and shit. And then on top of that, I don't know who used to do this shit, but bro, they would take cars into the woods. I'm pretty sure they were stolen cars, bro. They would take cars into the woods and burn the car and literally like catch like half the woods on fire and shit. Like, bro, like on some crazy shit. Like I remember one time the woods, like literally, bro, there was like so much trees that burned down one time. Like it was like crazy to see how much trees burned down. Like it had been like a really bad fire and stuff. because the woods was pretty big and stuff. And bro, they like, from whatever they did, bro, I don't know what they did, but all I'm saying is, bro, they really used to just do some crazy shit, bro. There was a few times that I seen a few different cars like in the woods and stuff, because remember I used to ride four-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff, and sometimes we would just go out there middle of the day and just see a car blown up, black as fuck, like just looked like it got cooked in the fryer or something, like crazy, bro. And there was a few times that that's happened and stuff, and I just want to add that in there to give you guys more of a vibe, you know what I'm saying, of this type of neighborhood that I grew up in and stuff. I remember one time, it was me and my next door neighbor. We used to pick up cigarettes from the ground and we would light them and we would smoke them and stuff. I don't know why we used to do that, but we used to do that and stuff. And I remember one time at nighttime, we were like on the side of my house, and my stepdad was down the street at Porky's house. And I remember hearing like somebody get loud, and me and my next door neighbor Michael, we already knew to like go run and see like what's happening and stuff. And as soon as we like got out of the side of my house, all we seen was Porky straight with a Heineken bottle hit my stepdad in the back of the head with a beer bottle, just straight bing, and just like that shit just completely shattered on his head. He had to get stitches and stuff. And bro, he was so, my stepdad was so drunk that he got hit in the head and he just kept walking. Like it was like it was nothing. Like he just like, it's crazy. I feel like I should have let y'all meet Porky so y'all can like get more of an understanding of who he was, man. He was just like one of them cool ass Puerto Ricans that barely talk English and got like that funny English Spanish accent. And he was just really cool, man. That nigga was hilarious, bro. I remember another time too, man. Porky had hands, bro. I remember I seen him. He beat somebody's ass, bro. I don't remember why they fought or anything, bro. But he just straight up, he completely beat the person's ass, bro. The person had glasses too, and bro, I remember we found the glasses. Me and like the kids in the neighborhood, we found the glasses after they fought. Like I think it was in the grass or something like that, like days later and stuff. And like, bro, the glasses was like all like the the shield or the glass of the glasses was like that shit was broken and all, bro. It looked like the glasses got ran over by a car or something, bro. Like Porky was about that life, bro. He was just a really cool Spanish person that I was really cool with. He died of cancer. He found out that he had cancer way too late. Oh, another story I gotta tell you guys about Porky, bro, which I heard that supposedly he was on some drugs one time. Bro, they had a helicopter out looking for him and shit, and there was a whole bunch of cops in the neighborhood and shit. And this was at like late night, bro, and I was at my grandma's house, and my grandma lived in the same neighborhood, just like a block away from the block that I lived in, or the house that I lived at. And bro, I remember one time late night, I was chilling inside my grandma's house because my grandma used to watch me, like she watched me like most of my life and stuff. And well, really, while my mom wasn't working and stuff, like my grandma was like my mom too and stuff. And pretty much, bro, Porky was running from the cops. I don't remember why he was running from the cops, but I remember I heard a whole bunch of sounds in the backyard, like somebody was running or something. I heard like fences making like funny noises and stuff, and I heard a helicopter flying around. Now I look out the window and there's a helicopter flying around at night with his light flashing through like the whole area and shit. And then I hear the door just like doom 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 doom. And it was Porky, bro. He was running from the cops. I don't remember why. I think him and his wife got into an argument and they were like fighting or some shit, and she called the cops on him or some shit. I don't really remember, but I remember we let Porky hide inside the house and stuff. And or I don't even really remember. I don't think we let him hide inside the house, but I just, bro, it was a really long time ago. I remember he did knock though. I don't think we let him hide inside the house because like we weren't trying to get in trouble and stuff, but I don't really remember. I was just so young, bro. Like I just remember like the serious parts, you know, like oh, like I don't know, stuff that like really hit my mind, like what the hell, like this shit's like really happening, what the fuck, like just really thinking like damn, what the hell, like what the hell did he do, like what the fuck. Bro, one time there was this really bad dog fight in the on the block that I lived on, and it was just like it was crazy. I wasn't there, but I seen my homie's dog like ripped up, bro, like so bad, bro. Like he lived, but he was really messed up from that fight. It was my friend Andre Steezy, Grandpa Steezy that I was telling you guys about. He had a little, I don't know what type of dog it was. It was like one of those little furry dogs, but it wasn't the white one. It was like black and brown, and it was little. It was probably like this big. And Porky had a red-nosed pit bull, and Busy got out and for some reason decided to go to Porky's house for some reason, and Porky always had his dog tied to a what's it called, a tree in the front of his house and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that somehow the dog got loose when he saw Busy and stuff, and he got out of the fence that they had in front of the house, and he tore the dog up, bro, like completely bad. Like the dog literally almost died from that. But I feel like maybe that's why they say pit bulls are dangerous and stuff, but it's really any dog out there, bro. Like it's not just pit bulls. Like there's little chihuahuas that will go and fight dogs like they're big and bad. So it's really just dogs. Like they just do that stuff because this guy Porky didn't train his dog to be mean like that. This whole area was pretty wild when I was younger. I remember like before I even got to middle school, I had friends in middle school and stuff. I had a whole bunch of friends. Like, I mean, all my friends were like all different ages and stuff. Like there was people that lived in the second part of the neighborhood that I was really cool with that were just way older than me and stuff. But I also remember too, I didn't even know this person, but I just heard this story about him and the gang members that lived, or I don't even know if it was just him, but I don't really fully know, but like I'm pretty sure that it was like some of the gang that lived in this area. They went and broke into a house and they shot somebody and killed them, and that person's still in jail from that. When I was probably like 12 or 13, yeah, like definitely like 12 or 13, that was when I really started getting into riding bikes and stuff and doing tricks and stuff. And I remember, now that I think of it, now that I'm older, it's like I really shouldn't have been doing this, but I used to hang out with people that were probably already, they were definitely in high school already, and we used to go ride all the way to downtown, which a car drive from the area that I lived in to downtown was probably like 30 minutes in car, or like 25 minutes in car or something like that. So on bike, that shit takes a long time, and I was only like 13 or 14 out here riding all the way to downtown and stuff at nighttime and all, bro. Like I don't even know what my mom was on, bro. Like to really think of that, like you shouldn't be letting a 13-year-old do that type of stuff. We used to go really far, not just downtown too. We used to go like to other areas too, like all over the place, like really far. And I feel like we shouldn't, at that age, I don't really feel like that's the right thing to do. But maybe since I was with older people and they were more responsible, it was like more doable or more allowable, if that's even a word. But I just wanted to let y'all know that, because it just shows how my mom really didn't really care too much about how I used to do things and where I used to be. She used to just be like, you better come home before 10 o'clock, or I think it was 9 o'clock, but I used to just come home whenever I wanted, and she would not really care like that, bro. There was times where I remember one time I was playing manhunt, or not manhunt, I was playing football, and Porky Porky just decided to play with us for some reason. He was drunk as fuck, I think, or something, bro. He always used to be turned up, bro. And I remember, bro, I shook him so bad, bro. I remember, like, I used to, like, before I really started BMXing, I used to really like football and stuff. And, bro, I remember I was pretty good. You know, I was a little fast kid, too, and stuff. And I was decent at shaking people and stuff. And I remember I ran up to Porky, and I was like, and I spun around him, and I hit the touchdown. And when I looked back to hit the touchdown, Porky was like, he was so lost. But I feel like maybe that was because he was drunk. But who knows? I feel like, I don't know, bro, because I was pretty quick as a kid, and I used to really used to be breaking people's ankles and shit before I started BMXing and stuff. But man, I just had a lot of good times, bro. I feel like I kind of explained a lot of stuff for this video. I might make a part 2, because I have so many stories to tell you guys about my childhood growing up and stuff, and I feel like it just gives you guys more of a understanding of who I am and why I am the way I am, and just all types of things, and just gives you more of a feeling of how I grew up and stuff. You know, I feel like it paints a picture for you guys to like see and stuff, which I feel like my childhood was pretty lit, you know, and stuff. And I do want to tell you guys more about like when I really got into riding and stuff, because I met a bunch of people and stuff from riding and stuff, and I still know those people to this day now and stuff. And I just kind of want to explain maybe a little bit more of that side of the story of getting into that, you know, and stuff. That's all I'm really gonna say for this video, because I feel like I said like a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure I might just make a part 2, you know, because I have like so much stories to tell you guys, bro. Like, let me know if you guys like these types of story times too, because I feel like it's something that you can probably sit down to and smoke a joint or smoke a L, you know what I'm saying, and just chill and maybe drink a little beer, you know, or probably already lit to watch, you know what I'm saying, because they're just, the stories that I tell you guys just paints pictures for you guys, and I feel like it's just something to laugh at, you know. And yeah, that's really it, you know. That's all I really had to say for this video. So peace out, 7 Mile Gang.